Poggies for your straightforward nature, Annie.
Anyway, we'll just go ahead and do our reaction right now, and then the rest of the stream will just be gaming. They just say Annie? Annie or Emmy? Either one. No, that's the game. Here you go. I gotta change my position. I always go to the wrong position on reacting. So this video is this video by Taledo. Taledo's a really funny channel. I like Taledo a lot. We're gonna watch his recent video, came out 3 hours ago. The full story of the fastest VTuber termination. He does VTuber content. This also will be on my YouTube, my reaction. So people watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Did you know only 2% of my viewers subscribe? So subscribe, please. It would make this Vana very happy. Yeah, don't attack or harass anybody mentioned in the video.
Unlike a VTuber graduation, when a VTuber amicably retires from a VTuber agency, a VTuber termination involves a VTuber being directly cut and fired from it, effectively punishing them for their violation. When you look at some
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys probably already know about terminations. There's like two different types of a VTuber leaving. There's a graduating and a terminating. Terminating is more like a corporal VTuber thing because they broke a rule. They broke one of the corporal rules or violated their contract. So they terminate them because they did something bad or allegedly did something bad. And then graduating is when they willingly leave the company and they go off on good terms or mutual terms with the company. So graduating generally seen as a good thing. Sometimes it's not because it's shrouded in controversy in some cases. But terminating is always ultimately a bad thing because you're basically getting fired from your job.
VTuber amicably retires from a VTuber agency, a VTuber termination involves a VTuber being directly cut and fired from it, effectively punishing them for their violation. When you look at some terminations, you'll see that sometimes gets me wildin'. A VTuber forming a harem, having pill dono goals, and a special relationship with a manager. The biggest girlfriend experience VTuber
that one was crazy.
From a big male singer leak on stream, or a VTuber using compensated dating with a near 30-year-old man to help get into Hololive, while allegedly being underage. That's why 6 months ago I made a video titled The Craziest VTuber Terminations of All Time. And imagine how
there have been some insane terminations.
But at the end of that video, I joked and highlighted someone specifically. But hey, at least you won't be like this guy. Who is this guy? This VTuber's name is a taboo.
Don't say it, don't think it.
I actually never even heard of this guy. VTuber. Because from what I know, I don't even know the VTuber's name, but he was he debuted in a corporation and then got terminated or graduated in less than a week. It was that's all I heard about. I don't know the details of why or anything.
And he was terminated in only 4 days.
4 days.
So bad to get his own video. Here's the story behind Shindo Raito.
What the hell did you do to get terminated in less than a week?
VTuber termination. Get some snacks, get some water, get caught in 4K.
How did they get you in 4K?
Now let's get on the video.
I know you like my style. Nasty, gritty, looking pretty while I crack a smile.
But before we come to understand this amazing speed run, we need to introduce another entity.
Which one's this one? Is it Niji or Hololive? Yeah, it's Niji. I was about to say. It's always Niji.
App for face tracking with VTubers. Rather than a popular format of pre-recorded videos with 3D tracking, they would focus on live streams with live 2D models. Although met with an initial weird view, this model of ease and relatability would lead to its huge success as a VTubing standard. With one of their VTubers, Tsukino Mito, being a star and the main cause for their initial growth, Nijisanji saw the gold and mass-produced.
Trust the cosmic support. Embrace the interaction with Nirvana. Dironanose. Poggies for the engagement triple play. Let likes, comments, and subs bloom. Nirvana's cosmic influence grows stronger with each interaction.
Thanks for the plug. Thanks for the plug, club.
for its first gen in February, 10 VTubers for its next gen in March, 3 separate waves of Nijisanji gamers, Nijisanji seeds, Nijisanji voice for viewers who wanna see men, and expansions overseas to Chinese and Taiwanese markets. And by doing the math, Nijisanji had debuted 77 separate VTubers in 1 year.
They have like over 200 now, I think.
And holy shit, they cashed out. Although most of these groups were either merged into one branch or retired for various reasons, Nijisanji had effectively made a name for themselves in 1 year. It grew far past its grassroots with its big share of members, large capital share, and vast audience appeal. But without proper care in this mass debut train, someone could slip through the cracks. In 2019, Niji kept up the trend of the debuts, and in Q1 Wave 4, 2 VTubers would make their appearance.
They like debut a new group every year, I think, or every couple months.
And Shindo Raito, a third-year high schooler with a bright face to hide his past trauma.
Oh, scary! Shut up, man!
On March 8th, they both did their usual Niji debut. Upload a 2-minute video, introduce their characters and interests, what their plans were, and how they're happy to be here and whatnot. Then on March 10th, they both introduced themselves live on stream. Everything seemed to be perfectly fine on the surface, until the past life messages leaked.
Vegeta, we have to blow up the Earth.
In my last video, I touched on how there's a VTuber taboo surrounding past lives, not digging into or sharing them around.
Yeah, typically for VTubers, if you already had like a previous persona on like whether you were an indie and then went into a corp, or you're a corp and then go into indie, it's typically taboo to like not mention the quote-unquote past life or previous persona of the VTuber.
Breaking the taboo was something frowned upon due to a sense of respect, avoiding doxing, immersion, you know, the idol culture too. However, there are special cases. Certain people were still curious about the personality behind the characters, especially Raitos. Hey, I'm just making sure I know who I'm supporting. What were they like before joining this company? I wanna know. And some just like to dig into that. So members of message boards like 2chan, 4chan, 5chan, they all start digging and looking for Shindo's past life.
For the record, I don't have a past life. This is my first and only VTuber, so please don't try to look into me. I have no previous persona before this.
They found it like Godspeed. Through a share of portals, a Twitter account with the handle HQQU.
They go in fucking deep too, it's crazy.
And this expose would unveil a depraved man who somehow managed to get into the industry. Now let me be clear, all of this is in Japanese, and I'm English, so...
Baby, I can't read all that shit, don't worry about it.
I reached out to someone to help get clarity on translations. Of course, as a creator,
I can't read that.
That's on me. But let's go through some of these tweets, shall we?
Let's talk about it.
If you go through a lot of these tweets, you'll see that this dude is a
Freaky frog!
There's a very common phrase that you'll see in many of these tweets. Ofaku, a way of saying offline meetup for the purpose of sex.
Oh.
You'll also see other messages when he's trying to hang with women.
I'm trying to.
Real
A lot of
fuckboy energy,
tweets
okay.
inferring this. Is the offline hookup not happening yet? Please do an offline hookup. Also replying to a VTuber, so does he like wanna the VTuber? Offline hookup? Hey! Offline hookup!
Shut your bitch ass up!
I want to be a YouTuber. That's great. Sounds good. I can do
Offline hookup.
When you think of God.
And it just keeps f***ing going. Hosting an offline
Are you
hookup
that-
to find cute girls. If I do an offline hookup,
Are you that down bad that you keep mentioning it, dude?
in the Splatoon community, would that be a problem? The offline hookup people probably wouldn't comment negatively. They would.
What? Hold on. If I do an offline hookup in the Splatoon community, would that be most of them are children, so I would, yeah. They will probably not comment negatively like, cool, yeah, you're cool. No, I think they'd be weirded out.
Salvi say some things like, cool, yeah, you're cool, dude. I think people who criticize it are just jealous virgins. Please do an offline hookup with me. I got blonde hair, by the way. I even posted it before. This nigga think he a Riz god. Nah, you scaring the house.
Like me, man.
You're scaring the hoes away.
Really, Nick?
But you might be saying, Taledo, he might be hella weird, but he's just a gooner.
He might
buy condoms.
He might just be notoriously down bad. But
won't let her sleep tonight. This
okay.
Move on. Then
Yeah.
we're into the bad territory. If you thought that
What the
was
fuck did he
bad,
say?
It's worse. I'll put aphrodisiac in everyone's drink during the offline meetup. I'll put Tenga eggs in everyone's drink during the offline meetup. Yeah, I'll put it all in.
Tell me
What?
he didn't just say that.
So let me get this straight. He wanted
Didn't we just watch a guy yesterday? You don't have to say this shit, dude.
to spike people's drinks at the party? Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party. This was probably the most damning tweet about this.
I'm praying that it doesn't get worse. I'm praying.
Do you want to know what the phrase JK means? JK
Just
is
kidding?
an abbreviation for the Japanese term Yochikotse, which means high school girl. Really meet up and fondle each other. I haven't touched high school girl boobs in a while.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Dude, why are you saying
Dude!
this? But he doesn't want to do that, right? We'll be able to fucking F-cup high school girl for free, right? Please let it be for 2 days.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Dude, I'm like probably on a watch list just for reading this. Give me some
Why do they feel the need to say this shit online? Dude, come on.
something normal next. God, I'm begging you. I'm seriously going to make gameplay videos. I've been saying I would, but after my tests are over, I'll definitely create them and make them interesting to earn views. Hey, let's get motivated. A future content creator in the making. I want to be a mid-tier commentator, reply to fans, and within those fans I'm replying to, meet up with some high school girls. Oh,
Dude. Really? Really?
Look, some people need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about? In order for shit to get better. And he one of them.
Let's remember that all of these are tweets. Like, I can't find any police investigation, peer testimonies, victim documents, or
I don't know how. He's been doing this out in the open, apparently.
What's being said in these tweets. So at best, he's a hormone-obsessed sex freak on the verge of being an utter pest. A man platforming such a degenerate lifestyle, whether he's actually done the things or not, is still one people.
How did they connect the two accounts, by the way?
Absolute worst.
I like 15-year-old girls.
Nothing much, my nigga just came back from one of the Diddy parties.
Shan, you should have been there.
Drugs and drinks for women.
Oh, look, all I'm gonna say is just those tweets don't look good. When this leaked, you could guess what the opinion was.
What?
How the f did this depraved man get hired? That hired
How did they
manager
not catch his past
do not let
tweets?
this get near my VTubers.
Get away from her.
You can guess why him joining this agency ended up very bad. 'Cause
Yeah.
Look at this for a moment. Look at this PUBG Steam profile, the Nijisanji logo.
Shit, that's me.
It seemed straight up that he had two goals. One, get into a position to hook up with a lot of female VTubers. Two, cause chaos before his eventual departure. And of course, accusation, rumors, and allegations spread. Allegedly, he had messaged countless female Niji VTubers intending to hook up with them. But any more info on this, I can't really find. I need to stress that a lot of claims around Raito are on platforms like 2chan, 4chan, 5chan, Reddit, and we don't have a lot of documented proof. So
True, so they are just allegations, but based on the previous tweets, before he got into the agency, he can very well assume what his goal was, honestly.
it becomes a giant dude trust me. Moreover, through this expose, Raito would also get in trouble for allegedly leaking the private information of fellow VTubers around him.
Oh,
making
okay.
the situation even
He
more
just straight
damn
doxed
dire.
him
There was
or
chaos
something.
in the community and likely massive trouble going on behind the scenes. Nijisanji made a decision, and Raito was swiftly terminated. On March 12th, Nijisanji announced the termination of Shindo Raito.
Had they had they looked in his previous fucking accounts before, they wouldn't have brought him in the first place. But because they didn't do that due diligence of looking into the people that they're hiring. Yeah.
Contract. We would like to sincerely apologize to all of those who have been concerned and inconvenienced by the recent debut of Shindo Raito. In addition to this case, there have been multiple violations of the contract, so we would like to inform you that Shindo Raito has had his live streamer contract terminated as of today. Riku Tazumi, the CEO of Anycolor, and the Shindo Raito account
sloppy
will also
toppy
make follow-up
Kazumi.
posts showing a need to handle the situation. The responses are all across the board. Some were really glad that Ichikara handled the situation. Others clocked the speedrun timer at sub 104 hours after debut. Many were worried for Era, his fellow debut partner. I think she ended up fine. The artist behind Raito
She seems to be
was
doing okay.
depressed, and can you really blame them? All their hard work was basically eradicated by a guy who didn't act right. Notably, several others criticized Nijisanji's hiring team for hiring Raito in the first place, with these tweets being public.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Rin Kazuki. I hope you're having a good day today.
These tweets are deep from 3 years ago, so a deep background check can go over people's heads, but regarding the situation, it's a ramification that Nijisanji had to hold with their audience moving forward. But one thing I've never seen regarding this story was the response from the other side. And as a commentator, I got
He never responded?
Info. Did the person behind Raito ever make a response to these allegations, or did he just fade into nothingness? I wanna know. And after digging a bit, I found his response that barely has any views outside his community.
こんにちは、ハクです。今回のことで何が事実
It's a black screen video in which Haku responds to what's been said about him, wanting to clarify what's truth and what's misinformation. According to him, the truth is that he was an utter idiot back in 2016, and he'd say a lot of hollow things he never intended to go through with. He does confirm that it was in fact him who wrote all those awful tweets in question, but actively meeting up with people or soliciting meetups, those are lies. And he didn't drink or take meds. I think he's referring to the aphrodisiac tweet, I'm not really sure. He then
But you posted it so much, so there's gotta be like an air of truth in it. Right? Like you don't just post up just a joke most of the time. Like some people do, and that's crazy and weird. But most of the time there's an underlying truth behind it.
Reiterates that all the rumors surrounding him are false. Those rumors got pulled out of nowhere and spread around and suddenly became the truth, ultimately labeling him a criminal. Because of those rumors being said in the internet society, he had made many tweets to defend himself, but the allegations kept spilling over, to which he feels really bad for putting stress on everyone involved. No matter how many times he apologizes, it's one of those situations where an apology can't fix the damage done. Also, I don't hear a specific word about an agency or company, it's always internet society. He ends the video talking about future plans and hopes people who watch his stuff now can see that he's changed and won't stop doing what he loves, which is playing
Is he still
games
streaming?
and making videos. Well, we got a lot to think about. Response to his videos are primarily from his OG fans. They support him, believing
of course they do, because they're his fans.
To actually do such things that were mentioned. However, some who have seen this would still criticize his behavior and active tweets causing more damage, seeing it best to just leave the internet. So while I've made jokes, let's factor in everything. What if one operates under innocent until proven guilty? What if Raito's side of the story is correct? That while he tweeted like an utter freak in the past and handled the online controversy surrounding him horribly, but further action from those 2016 tweets like drugging and assault never happened, and he wasn't this dark malicious actor, then he still shouldn't have been hired or tweeting like he did, digging himself into a digger grave. But the big claims around him would perhaps be false. His tweets don't help him at all, though. It's like
no, they don't.
Where he says like he successfully fed false information, but we really shouldn't be in a situation like this. Just don't tweet this. You could say, oh, he's just a really weird person who should not have been in VTubing in the first place. Or there's even more to the story behind closed doors. That
if you don't want to be in a situation, don't tweet about said situation.
Like
you know.
Revealed it, and it's so hard to find the info due to gossip. And I do want to try avoiding citing Reddit or 4chan remarks without like the proper proof. But regardless, it's been about 5 years, and the guy behind Raito still posts a bit on social media. Again, don't dig into him, don't harass him, just come to your own conclusion. But where does that leave us? You know, this has some similarities with the Mono Aloe situation. If you want to hear more about the details, check out my video on the messiest VTuber graduations, but to put it simply, Mono Aloe's leaks made people discover her past life comments and streams, and diggers found a stream in which many things said would infuriate dedicated Japanese idol fans. Even went through her Twitter account to find tweets of her being unholy. Her quote-unquote impurity, her calling out idol issues in black companies, and her comments about another Niji Liver's graduation would lead to a big pro-anti war of mass chaos before her her graduation that same month. Now, don't misinterpret this. I am not equating the actions of a woman with differing perspectives to actions of Raitos with tweets like this.
You are one of them slimy,
Yeah.
greasy dudes.
That's just
But
freaky.
both situations show a big pattern. The breaking of immersion of the character created through the past life. The drama created led to a widespread of allegations around their past life, creating a mass wave of hate before each VTuber's inevitable departure. It all came back to one big debate. The person behind the VTuber. The personality versus the character. How do we factor this? I found this Japanese blog written by a guy named Nasu.
Poggies for the
Something
cosmic
very
connection.
important
Trust
during
the
this time.
bond
This
formed by the follow. Embrace the gratitude, Soulsy. Let the cosmic followers unite in their journey. Thanks for the cosmic support.
Thanks, Clump.
was in later production and I didn't get my translator, so take this info with a grain of salt. Quote, up until now, the person behind the VTubers hadn't really received much attention. Even if the person behind the VTuber commits a crime, it's not advisable to dismiss it by saying that's in the past or it has nothing to do with the character, as this will prevent the self-cleaning mechanism. However, I think it's difficult to simply say that the character is equal to the person. It's difficult to draw the lines to how much of the person's personality is revealed. It's difficult to know where responsibility lies and how to evaluate these achievements. So how do you feel? Does their past equate to their current VTuber? How much should the industry
Taledo.
factor in everything with background checks?
I hope you're doing well today.
Not just break the immersion of the character, but also keep this drama from ever happening. Let me know in the comments below. That's the story behind the fact.
I think they're going good. I hope you're going good for you too.
Past this VTuber termination. Only 4 days. VTubers come from all shapes and backgrounds with all types of history. Unknown individuals can become some of the most well-loved talents out there or complete in other taboos. But as an industry, we gotta provide the best and secure experience for everyone, fans and VTubers alike. The space is special for all of them. So no matter how you stand around this and VTubing as a whole, remember this.
Help me!
I don't know what the hell I was going with there. I'm just back from a 3-month hiatus. But hey, you better not let those private messages leak.
How did they get you in 4K?
Because then you'll be caught in 4K.
You said that?
Nick, do I lie?
Freaky ass.